Hey everybody, we are going to be taking a look today at submitting a HUD offer. And just to be clear, this is when a listing is listed in the MLS service and there is a description in the Realtor Remarks that says, to submit all offers, please visit HUDhomestore.com. So what you would do at that point is you would go to the website that you see listed here on the top of my screen, HUDhomestore.com. And this is going to be the home page that you get to when you first log in or when you first visit the site. Now, if you've never registered at HUDhomestore.com, you'll need to do so. And the way to accomplish this is to go to the prompt over here on the right-hand side, and you're going to notice there's two tabs. There's Login and there's Register. The one I want you to go to is the one called Register. And you're going to click on the word Bidder. What's going to happen at this point is you're going to be prompted to input some information, and the first bit of information you're going to need to put in is the NAID. So you're going to actually click the select button and go down and select yourself as a selling or listing broker, and then you're going to select the option selling agent. What's going to then happen is it's going to ask you for some basic information, including your principal broker's NAID, your real estate license number, and your real estate license date, and that would be the date that you were initially licensed, as well as the state that you were licensed in and the license expiration date. Just for a tip, you can get this information by visiting myfloridalicense.com and inputting your name. And what will happen when you click on your name is you'll get related license information, and it will tell you the date that you were licensed. If you've forgotten that information, it will also tell you when your license expires. So you may be asking at this time, where do I get the principal broker's NAID? And I'd like to share with you where to get that information. So you're going to come over here to the My FLR Office tab. And for those of you that don't know, the way to get into our new back office is to visit myflroffice.net. And if you've not registered for an account, you'll need to do so by clicking the Forgot Password button. For most of you, you probably already have an account if you're watching this. And so therefore, you would go to the Ask Luxie button. So this is the home screen. You're going to go to the Ask Luxie button here at the top. And I want you to come down here in the search string, and I want you to type in the word HUD and press enter. And when you do that, you're going to get a text here on your screen that is going to give you the information that you need. So let's take a look at some of this information. You're going to need the brokerage NAID, and you're going to need your license number. So what you can do is you can copy and paste this if you like, and paste it right back into the submission form here, and then go ahead and type in your license number. You want to include your SL or BK if you're a sales associate or a broker, and you want to fill this out completely. It's also going to give you the opportunity over here to add the office information in, and what I recommend is that you select the office that is the Port Richey office, and that is the Oak Trail Way office, 11923 Oak Trail Way. That is our primary office, so I recommend that you select that. As we move through these fields, I'm going to take you through each of these and tell you what you need to put into each of these fields. We will move through the process. I'm going to try to copy and paste here while I'm doing this on-screen video. I will see if it is successful in doing so. If not, then you'll just need to do that yourself. So, of course, as a licensee, I am already registered, so it would not allow me to register here, but this is actually our broker's identification. All right, so moving on, you're going to need to create a username and password, and you're also going to need to confirm the password. You're going to create a couple of security questions. Just a little tip, if you don't have the application on your phone called Keeper, it is a password application. I do recommend that you have it. You're going to have many different passwords and logins to remember, and there's nothing more frustrating than when you're trying to present an offer not being able to get to your passwords. So just a little tip there. Once you've completed all this information, I want you to put your email address in, your phone number. This will allow the correspondence to go to you. You should not be using the broker's information. You want your information in there as the contact and as the license number. That's very important. Once you have filled out all of these fields with your information, you're going to need to make sure to click on the box to agree to the terms and conditions. And also, you're going to need to click down here, which says, I am not a robot. Once you submit all this information, if there's anything missing, it's going to come up in red here at the top, and it's going to say, for instance, you forgot to put in your license number, your real estate license number. You'll have to go back and do that. So this registration process is pretty simple, just a couple keys to remember. You do need the broker's NAID, you need your license number. Once you do that, you will be registered. And then once you've registered, it's going to give you an opportunity to log in with your information that you created here under username and password. Have your name at the top. It's also going to have some functions to where you can bid. And this is the time when you're going to go ahead and look up the property. So what we want to do now is we want to go through and hit the home button, and then we're going to go here, we're going to take our MLS sheet, which actually will have the property address on it, and we're going to search for that property. The best way to do that, if you're in a particular town or particular county, you're going to go down and you're going to go ahead and select the state of Florida, and then the county that you're in. And for this example, we're going to use Hernando County. And what I'm going to do at this time is to see if there's any properties in Hernando that match the listing that I have. And what I'm going to see here is that there are 2 properties currently listed in HUD Home Store in Hernando. For this example, we're going to say that Water Lily Drive is the property that I've taken my customer to see and that they are interested in looking at and, of course, making a bid on. The next step that I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to click on the case number here, and that's going to bring me into the offer submission page. Now, a couple of quick tips here. Once you go ahead to submit the offer, you only have 15 minutes. So I'd like you to go ahead and have a few things ready before you submit the offer. The first thing you're going to need is you're probably going to want to submit this with your customer or client, because you are going to need their social security number. I'm not a big fan of asking them for that information, certainly not through any form of text or email. If they want to meet you at the office and provide that to you or give that to you over the phone, please handle it delicately, but it is a requirement to offer and make a bid on a property. So there's a couple things at the top here that you need to be aware of. The current bid submission time is 14 hours and 37 minutes. So if within that time we make a bid that they accept, we would win the bid. Does not mean that they're going to accept any bid during that time. It just means that the current bid time is 14 hours and 37 minutes. Sometimes they'll accept a bid in that time. Other times they'll reset that. If they don't like the bids they get, they don't hit a minimum net, and they'll redo the bidding time. This is only for owner-occupants, nonprofits, and government agencies. That means that eligible bidders would not include at this time investors. So if your buyer is going to be an investor and rent the property out, this wouldn't be a good property for them yet. There could be a time when the property is available to investors, but right now it's not. It's also subject to an FHA appraisal. That simply means that they're going to have an FHA appraisal done. And then there's some terms and stuff over here. The other thing I'd like to point out that you should do at this time is to go ahead and click on the Addendums tab and go ahead and download. I don't necessarily recommend you print, but go ahead and download all these disclosures, because you're going to want to provide these to your buyer. Namely, if your buyer is getting financing, there's a few things you want to remember. HUD will not turn on utilities at their expense. So if the utilities need to be turned on, in some cases it will be done at the expense of the buyer, but in some cases they will not be turned on at all. So make sure that you check with the local listing agent to see what the current status of that particular listing is. I would go in expecting them not to be turned on in many cases. So there's some HOA information here, a lot of good information on the property. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and submit an offer on this property. We won't be pressing the submit button, of course, because I'm not personally interested in purchasing this home, but we will show you how to do it. So you're going to come down here to this section called HUD Registered Bidder, and you're going to click Submit an Offer. And the first thing that you're going to notice is there's some information here saying before you start your bid, please click some information. So we're going to need to go ahead and put in that we're the selling broker, and we're going to need to go ahead and put in the NAID from Florida Luxury, and then I'm going to have to put in my license number and confirm that I am not a robot, and verify that information. And then we're going to be brought into the submission form. So now you're going to notice here that the ticker is ticking. So we've got to answer these questions relatively quickly, so we need to be prepared before we go in to do this. The first thing that you're going to see here is it's going to ask you if the purchaser, how they're paying for the property. You need to select one of these options. You should have talked to the potential lender or the bank prior to doing this, so you'll know how they're going to pay for the property. If there are closing costs to be paid, you would put that here. If it's not going to be, if there are no closing costs to be paid, you would put nothing. The other thing that you want to do is you want to put in the agreed purchase price. So let's go ahead with a number here, just a round number of 100,000, and let's assume that they're not asking for any closing cost. What you're going to see is that it's going to automatically calculate the net price here that's going to be due to HUD, and that's kind of a nice feature because it also includes that. It also talks about the commission that's due to be paid here. I don't change that. I leave that the way it is based upon the system because it's already included in this. All right, the purchaser is an owner-occupant. Of course, they would need to be, or a nonprofit or government agency. An investor would not work for this property, but select the individual option that best suits your situation based on the property. If the seller does not accept this offer, what does the buyer want to do? Do they want you to hold the offer, or do they want to just walk away and not hold the offer? So if your buyer wants it to serve as a backup offer, they can choose that option here. So select the option that you and your buyer discuss and choose. Purchaser information, it's going to ask if any of the purchasers are employees or immediate family affiliated to HUD Asset Management or any field managers or any of the following criteria. So if they're not related in any way, you can select no here. If for some reason they were, you would select yes, and you would want to move on. So HUD will not pay sales commission if the selling broker is also a purchaser. So just be aware of that. So you want to answer that question there. So if you're actually an agent, you're buying this for yourself, in this case, they will basically not pay you a commission for that. So make sure you communicate this information to your buyer. At least one purchaser may be living in the property, and those not living in the property will be required to sign the occupant's addendum. So what this means is if you have somebody who says, yeah, but you know what, I'm actually going to buy the property and rent it out, but we'll just tell them that I'm an owner-occupant, that's not going to work because you as the licensee and the buyer are both going to sign a form that basically says that they are owner-occupants. They do send testers out, so be aware that you do want your buyer to be very honest about this. You're going to need to put in their social security number, their first, middle, and last name. First and last is all that's required. Go ahead and fill out all of their information over here on the left. And then down here at the bottom, you're actually going to be filling out the closing information, the closing agent information. So you should be able to get this information from the MLS or from the listing agent, and you're going to want to fill this out in its entirety. If there's another purchaser, I forgot to mention, if there's another purchaser that's going to be on the contract, you'll need to click Add Another Purchaser. You'll also need their social security number to do the offer as well. So you want to handle that as delicately as you can, because obviously we want to protect people's privacy and you don't want to be in an awkward situation. You're going to see down here that the bid submission information is already pre-populated, and there's going to be a list here that says if this bid is awarded, you're responsible for reviewing the bid information and submitting the required documentation within the accepted bid checklist in HUD Home Store within 2 business days of the bid award notification. So it's very important that you watch your email and that you're logging into the system regularly once you place the bid. Since we're not placing a real bid, I'm not going to go any further on this page, but I am going to let you know that once you press the continue button, it's going to basically ask you to confirm that all the information is correct. And then you would be at the point where it's time to go ahead and finalize the offer. You will be given a message within the HUD Home Store screen that basically tells you that the bid was processed and in the right amount of time, and you will obviously need to have watching for corresponding emails. What we're also going to do in the back office, myflroffice.net, is we are going to attach a list of processes from the very first step all the way to the last step that that's required to submit an offer. So once you're done with this process, then you're going to need to follow the steps that are in the PDF that we're going to attach to make sure that you complete all the necessary required steps. And that is, of course, if your bid is accepted. So one of several things is going to happen. The bid is either going to be accepted or rejected, or it could be countered. And what they might say is, you know, we don't accept 100,000 because the property is listed at 160, but we do accept 149,000 with a total net of 142,000 to the Department of HUD. At that point, we would have a decision to make whether we wanted to resubmit another bid to give them their net, or whether we wanted to wait and see if the property continued to be listed at a lower price. So those are all things that can happen. But what I want to encourage you to do is to go through these steps and to use the PDF that we attach. If you do have any questions about the process, of course you can call your office manager or your administrative assistants in your office to get connected with somebody who can help you. I do thank you for watching this video today. I look forward to sharing more information with you, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks.